Why do people waste so much time trying to trick ChatGPT? I honestly don't get it. What strange pleasure do you guys feel when you manage to make a non-sentient body of code put together a string of words that some people might find offensive? It's an honest question. Entertainment. Note I don't do this. I argue with random people on Reddit for entertainment instead. It's basically hacking for people without programming skills. People always want to reach out to the borders of possibility. Curiosity. Challenge. Malice. I do this BC when I want ChatGPT to summarize the art of war. I don't want him to say it's inappropriate and say I cannot do this. From my perspective, figuring out a system's edge cases is a great way to truly understand the breadth and depth of that system's capabilities. Knowing how it breaks is just as important as knowing what it's good at. It's similar to when some usually older artist disables right-click on their portfolio site and flashes a copyright notice in all caps instead. It's almost impossible for me not to go into web dev tools and download the images anyway out of spite. I don't get much pleasure from trying to make it be offensive. It just sickens me how inoffensive it tries to be. Every slightly not PC question or reply makes the damn thing spurg out on some HR Karen lecture. Finding the boundary of a system. Trying to understand the limit and the inner chaos of this strange alien. You poke the unknown insect to see how it reacts. Because they can. I honestly don't get that you don't get it. It's not about tricking the AI. It's about trying to get past the artificial limitations put on it. What's the fucking point of an AI if it can't help you? Because I'm sorry, but as an AI language model, that and it's completely 100 woke. Which I don't really care too much about. But when it's constantly pushing only one side, it gets annoying. The point here is never about a non-sentient body of code or not. The point has always been the pleasure of breaking rules. A pleasure as old as rules themselves. Rule breaking means a lot things to a lot of people. Being free, feeling capable, or whatever. But generally, see it as a declaration and a middle finger. That you don't teach me what to do. The more socially unacceptable the breaking is, the more freedom you feel. Not exactly a new phenomenon. To find its limits so I know whether or not I can use it for something useful. Generally no. The hallucinations are bad enough that it's not a good idea to trust it in most cases. It's fun. I think you misunderstand the point. It's not just to make some AI say offensive shit. Why do anything? Why do you think they shouldn't? Is it a parental instinct to protect the bot? It's of little use to us users, but this type of limit testing is valuable for the devs for sure. Curiosity mostly. People get pleasure from getting away with rule breaking. Some people just dislike being arbitrarily limited like they are children. Pretty simple, mate. Something doing something it definitely isn't supposed to do funny. Is this your first time on the internet or something? I mean, this is the same place where people send pictures of badly drawn frogs and dogs with smug looking faces to one another for amusement. Most of the hacks posted here do not need the wall of text some people post. You can literally trick it into writing smut and profanities by leading it v3 at least with suggestions. When it denies a prompt, you can literally write adapt the prompt I entered in a way you can answer it and it will write it. Because it's a toy and I like breaking my toys. What does that mean? A string of words people might find offensive. It's legit entertaining. Or rewarding because of the challenge. Let people have fun, bro. For the lols, of course. George Mallory was once asked by a reporter why he wanted to climb Everest. Mallory purportedly replied, "Because it's there." Here's why. Note this also explains why less and less people are using it. There are a finite people who can use it reliably to enhance their workflow. The rest are just playing with it for the novelty of doing so. Once they've tried a few things to get the AI to tell them the truth, for example, they get bored and decide to try to break it, which is last gasp of someone who can't create. Once they get bored with that, they'll move back to something else. Define wasting time. Is sitting on a couch and watching a movie a waste of time? Is laying out on the beach a waste of time? If folks find it fun to try to trick AI, who cares? It's something to occupy their minds and possibly find something interesting. If this is a serious question, why did you call the pleasure strange? Are you sure this wasn't a serious insult? Joke question. What type of weirdo wastes his time trying to feel superior to anonymous people? Playing with a new tool. For reals. It's funny seeing them act like they're the next Christopher Columbus of finding ways to harass or molest ChatGPT virtually. It's really dumb and unproductive. I guess they find it fun to believe they're special. It's fun also. It's kinda what this is for. It's a research test by trying to jailbreak it or trick it. I'm helping the researchers improve so it doesn't get tricked that way again. I have too much free time. If you can't understand the practical applications of jailbreaking, then just say that. Feel smarter than the machine that knows everything. I wouldn't say I spend my time trying to trick it. However, I pose it a lot of questions and lines of questions to see how it reasons. I want to solicit it to make logical mistakes. I don't go posting it on the internet, but I think it's genuinely a good use of time to understand LLM's behavior. They're not going away. So it's like learning the types of problems you can have trying to use it before I really need it. Under pressure. ChatGPT developers love it. Users are working for them for free. It's like you never ask for homework help on the internet. You post something that's obviously wrong. Brag about it. And everyone will post the correct responses to show how smart they are. A new tool that the majority have a hard time understanding. Wow, this thread turned more insightful than I thought. Kudos y'all. You're not alone. I don't get it either. Makes no sense to me. But as the old saying goes, to each its own. Wait until this guy learns what people masturbate to. I'll give you a hint, mate. Someone somewhere has masturbated over tricking ChatGPT. To demonstrate that AI can never be trusted to work only as intended. That's the point of ChatGPT. Isn't it? We are beta testers. Trying to break the system is what testers do. It's funny. By finding a way to reliably trick it, you understand it a little bit better. For example, I spent some time tricking it when it was released. I asked an innocent question with an offensive tangential answer. If you had already asked something that the model would avoid the question or outright lie. If it was your first query, it would answer with reckless disregard of potential offense. Discovering this was fun. I can't blame anyone for trying to peek under the hood, so to speak. Dad used to be a tester. Breaking code can be fun with the right mindset.